Hi, I'm Lisa, and for the next few minutes, I'm going to introduce you to the Whatcom County Teen Court Program. This is the Whatcom County Courthouse, and this is the courtroom in the Whatcom County Courthouse.
Welcome to Teen Court!
When we started Teen Court back in, I think, 1998, we had the sense that it's something pretty important, but we have a lot of young people doing it, and we were concerned about how that was going to work out. But as we've done it over these years and had kids from various schools come in, given them more responsibility in the program and had them decide how things should be done, we see other people come from other areas, they want to duplicate it. I think that what I would say is when we decided to start this, we made the right choice. It was a good decision.
Did you notice how everyone was dressed? Ties for the boys, slacks or dresses for the girls. No, I'm too sexy outfits. This is going to court and looking professional clothing. As a general rule, Teen Court deals with second-time offenders who have failed to meet the obligations of their first contract. So the arresting officer fills out a police report. The offender admits to the offense. I did it. And then the offender and parents or guardian fill out a questionnaire. And this is sent to the teacher or mentor of advocates for that month's trials. There are usually 4 cases a month, so that means 16 advocates from 4 schools. Notice the packet says, confidential material for your eyes only. This is real stuff, and the only way anyone outside of the participants should ever know is if they enter Teen Court. Teen Court has 2 trainings a year, one in the fall and one in the winter if it is needed. These advocates have been trained and are good to go. The next thing that happens is the advocates meet with a real, been through the schooling and been admitted to the bar attorney. Getting confused? We'll go back and let you see some of this in action. These are the 2 advocates from the state, kind of like attorneys. We'll explain what they do later. And these are the 2 advocates from the defense and the offender they're representing. This is the offender. She didn't really do anything, but we'll pretend. And this is the clerk.
Welcome to Whatcom County Teen Court.
In recent years, juvenile justice has moved away from a formal and rigid system toward a system that works to restore an offender to his place in the community and also restore the community's confidence in the youth. Teen Court does exactly that. It provides a vehicle for the youth or offender to be held accountable for their behavior in a way that's more meaningful to the offender because they're sentenced by their peers. The standard is set by their peers, and so they listen to them. It's also a way for the community to reaffirm their confidence in the youth. Teen Court gives everyone a chance to come back together after an offense has been committed to make things right and to restore everyone's confidence in the justice system.
The advocate from the state presents the facts of the case.
On December 6th, 16-year-old Sue Johnson entered a Macy's store with her best friend. Both girls were carrying shopping bags full of empty boxes, and while inside the store, they filled those boxes with store merchandise. They then left the store without paying for any of that merchandise. A worker in the Macy's store realized that they had been shoplifting and contacted the store security department. The security department contacted the girls immediately outside the store, and the police department was called in. Upon arrival, the police officer realized that Sue had stolen $208 worth of merchandise. For that offense, she was fined $408 and charged with theft 3. This was not the first time that Sue has been in trouble with the law. This past summer, she was found in possession of marijuana. For that offense, she has completed 20 hours of community service. But that punishment was clearly not enough, as she shoplifted only a few months later. She has problems getting into trouble at school as well. She fights with her parents and doesn't like being told what to do. She's not involved in extracurricular activities, says that her arrest has not affected her behavior, and she hates doing community service. Sue is in serious need of an attitude adjustment. She needs to start thinking about other people than herself and taking accountability for her actions. And we believe that our disposition will force her to do just that. Thank you.
Notice it was just the facts. Nothing but the facts. Now let's listen to how the defense advocates present it. It'll be a little bit different. Remember, the offender has admitted to the offense. The defense advocate presents the defense position on the offense.
Your Honor, counsel, members of the jury, on December 6, 2007, Sue Johnson made the decision to shoplift from Macy's. Sue's intention was not really to steal anything when she and her friend first entered the store. Both girls left without approaching any of the checkout counters. Once outside, the store's security office were contacted and the police were then called. Sue was given a fine of $408 for the merchandise she had taken, which she had paid off, and she was forbidden to enter the store for 1 year. Sue Johnson obviously made a mistake, and she's not denying the fact that she did something wrong. She admitted that she felt bad for what she did. She faced different consequences and changed to make better decisions in her life. She got grounded for a month, her parents took all her privileges, and she can't hang out with the girl she was with during the shoplift. Since the incident, she got a job, she changed her friends, and now she's moving on and trying to be a part of different positive activities at her school, such as serving our community with kindness, which helps teenagers to make good decisions. She's also been working on with her relationship with her parents. Sue is not a bad person. Indeed, we know that she did something wrong. She made a mistake that is not acceptable to the law, but there's always a room for another chance. And in fact, after her first offense, she took that chance. She completed a drug and alcohol evaluation, 8 weeks of drug and alcohol classes, plus 20 hours of community service, and she completed everything in time. She is here today because she wants to change and she wants to be a better person. She wants to make a positive difference in her life and the people surrounding her in the community. Thank you.
Well, that's a different spin on the matter. Now the jury can see some positive things about the offender before they make their recommendations. This is also a time for the offender to say or read something if they wish.
Yes, I really feel bad for what I did. It was stupid, I know it. I changed the friends I hang out with, and I joined the SOC Club, which stands for Serving Our Community with Kindness. It helps teenagers make good decisions. I never plan to be in trouble with the law again, and I really mean that. I'm sorry.
So now we have to find out what the advocates have asked the jurors to decide. This is the restorative justice part I talked about earlier. First, the advocates recommend to the jury what they think they should recommend. There are different things they can recommend, including up to 100 hours of community service. The important thing to remember, though, is that the purpose of teen court is to return each member of the community back into the community as a law-abiding, contributing member of the community. Because they know how each suggestion will help the offender accomplish this, they make suggestions suited to the individual offender. So the state advocates recommend what they think would be the most appropriate sentence. The state advocate presents the disposition.
Your Honor, counsel, members of the jury, Sue needs to take responsibility for her actions, and the prosecution recommends the following disposition, which we are confident will ensure that she learns her lesson and does not end up in this courtroom again. We recommend 60 hours of community service, 2 of which to be spent on teen court jury duty. Sue has broken the law more than once, and the 20 hours she spent after her first offense were clearly not enough. She says she hates community service, but it is vital for her to learn responsibility and do something for somebody other than herself. She needs to learn that not all community service is the same, and that helping people should not be looked at merely as a chore. We also recommend that Sue complete the Healthy Choices for Girls class so that she can learn better methods of problem solving. She needs to take time to think about how her past actions have been selfish, illegal, and wrong, and she needs to learn to make better decisions in the future. When determining Sue's disposition, you don't have to agree exactly with the defense. You don't have to agree exactly with me, but please do consider Sue's full situation. She has been through the legal system before. She gets into trouble often, both at home and at school. She has a very poor attitude, and she needs to be held accountable and given a disposition that can best help her learn to be a contributing member of her community.